music, a touching and surprising story has emerged as Britain gets ready to commemorate the first anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II's departure. In a heartwarming account of the late monarch's final encounter, former Prime Minister Liz Truss has shown a side of Queen Elizabeth that best represents her unyielding devotion to duty and her tenacious spirit. It was sharp. Liz Truss visited the revered halls of Balmoral Castle on September Day in 2022, not realizing that this trip would remain imprinted in her mind forever. She had the honor of seeing Her Majesty just 2 days before the Queen passed away. Queen Elizabeth in her usual stoic manner assured Truss they would be meeting again soon. This statement, uttered casually during their final official engagement, took on a profound meaning in the days that followed. Truss chose the platform of GB News to share her recollections, taking us on a journey through those poignant moments. She recounted how she spoke to the new King Charles on the day of his mother's passing. His resolute demeanor was a testament to the strength of character inherited from his mother. The circumstances that led to this historic meeting were unique. Health concerns prevented Queen Elizabeth from traveling to London, so she extended the invitation to Truss to come to Balmoral Castle. At 96 years old, the monarch appeared frail but was remarkably mentally alert and engaged. Truss vividly remembered the encounter, emphasizing how the Queen was absolutely on top of the proceedings. Despite her physical frailty, her indomitable spirit shone through. She was keen to reassure Truss that they would meet again soon, underlining the importance of this promise. In those moments there was no indication that the Queen's health was severely deteriorating. Assuming that this encounter would be the start of many such continuations of a productive partnership based on mutual respect, Truss was focused on the numerous tasks that lied before her in her early days as Prime Minister. The image of the Queen leaning on a walking stick while smiling warmly and welcoming Truss in front of a roaring fire in her sitting room while wearing a blouse, cardigan and a skirt made of Balmoral tartan paints a picture of grace and tradition. Truss couldn't help but admire the Queen's determination to fulfill her duty, even though the end of their meeting was marked by an upbeat atmosphere, a testament to the Queen's resilience and unwavering commitment to her art. By September 8, they were surrounded by a tense environment that could only be defined as trust. The scenario was undeniably genuine and responsible for both her and her co-workers as well. The Duchy of Lancaster's Chancellor, Notheim Zahawi, sent a message to Truss when he was in the House of Commons chamber for a discussion on energy on that fatal day. He expressed the seriousness of the issue through frantically whispered words and a quickly passed note. The Queen's health announcement that Buckingham Palace had originally planned to make at 11:15 a.m. was not made. Zahawi's memo included a remark that the Trust might, if required, read to the Commons. At 12:32 p.m., the Palace issued the formal announcement that the Queen was under medical treatment, with the situation becoming more critical by the second Trust left the room and returned to Downing Street. Around 4, they experienced a moment of confirmation when Truss remembered the gloomy atmosphere, confirming their worst suspicions. They no longer had the Queen among them. She had ruled for an incredible 70 years. Truss' pragmatic instincts took control among the grief. She understood that it was her responsibility to facilitate a seamless transition and inform the public about this historic event. Their lives had been dominated by the Queen, whose departure created a gap that needed to be filled. Truss made the decision to change the prepared message to reflect her own feelings in the event that the King passed away instead of having a serving Prime Minister read it. She created a message that would have a profound impact on the country by working with a speechwriter. She had the honor of chatting with the newly crowned King Charles on the same day. She expressed her deepest sympathies and recognized his unyielding commitment. At their brief phone conversation, Truss and King Charles, who were both assuming new responsibilities, mostly discussed the operational issues of government at this moment of change. On October 12, at their first weekly audience, there was a light-hearted moment when King Charles addressed Truss with the fun phrase "Dear oh dear Truss," and stated that it was their third encounter that day, emphasizing the friendship that had grown between them. In her poignant homage to the late monarch, Liz Truss recognized her as a significant character in British history who was much loved and valued by her people even in her final years. The country was moved by the Queen's steadfast dedication to duty and her lasting spirit. A Queen who, even in her latter years, epitomized strength, resilience, and an unflinching devotion to her position as head of state comes to mind as we think back on this touching final encounter between Liz Truss and Queen Elizabeth II. a spirit that continues to motivate us as we reflect on Queen Elizabeth II's magnificent reign was reflected in the promise of meeting again soon, which was more than just a simple phrase.